Hey, so loves, it's Kimberly with Celestial Juju, and we're going to talk about this last hurrah of Pluto going back into Capricorn for the very last time in our lifetimes, unless some way you have figured out how to live another 246 years. This is it. In this DNA skin suit, you can return again and go through it in Aquaria. I mean, in back in 246 years, if that's what you choose to do. But right now, in this present moment, it's in its final days of this with the chart that you have in this embodiment. So we're going to go through that, what this means to us, to the collective, what it means to you personally, what house that is for you, what have you been working on for the last 16 years? Because when it moves into Aquarius, it's going to be there for 2 decades. Okay. So that and Molly evidently has a lot to say about this. So let's see what's going on, what comes in through the whole for us with this. Okay, here we go. This is it. Pluto's final transit in Capricorn. It's a time of transformation and release. So, as we move into this significant astrological period, I'm here to guide you through some of the profound impact of Pluto's final transit into Capricorn with my sidekick, Miss Miley, that has a lot of input today. So this begins on September the 1st, second, depending on where you live at, and it continues through till November the 19th, 2004. Okay, so this is the last time in our lifetime that Pluto will visit Capricorn, and it's a powerful moment to reflect on the past and prepare for the transformative future when we get into the Pluto and Aquarius age. Okay, so understanding Pluto's energy in Capricorn. Pluto, the planet of transformation, death, rebirth, first entered Capricorn in 2008. Since then, it's been working behind the scenes, slowly but surely dismantling outdated structures in our lives and society. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and it's the sign of governance, of authority, tradition, and it represents the frameworks and institutions that uphold our world, our governments, our corporations, our societal so called norms. Pluto's present in Capricorn has brought light to the shadow aspects and of these structures, forcing us to confront issues of powerful control and authority. As Pluto retrogrades back to the critical 29 degree, that's the anaretic degree. It's the last, when you look at the astrology thing, the whole wheel, okay, and it's got all those pie pieces and it's got all those little lines. So each one of those lines is a degree. So this is going to be into the last degree of Capricorn, known as the anaretic degree or the fated degree, and we're being called to finalize lessons of the past 16 years. This is a karmic moment. It's time to resolve any lingering issues related to pair dynamics, governance, and our relationships with authority. The 29th degree represents accumulation and a point of transformation. It's like the final scene in a movie where everything comes together and we finally understand the bigger picture. So reflecting on the past and preparing for the future. So think back to 2008. What has been happening in your lifetime? What happened during that? What was the theme of this period? If you really look back at it, you will see a theme that was going on with you because that's the house that this was in for you. What new beginnings were taking shape? Perhaps you started a new career, you entered into a significant relationship, or embarked on a personal journey of growth. Now, as Pluto makes its final passage through Capricorn, we're invited to look back and to see how far we have come. What structures have you built? And which of those are you still serving? You may feel a big shift in this. It's no longer this. I'm complete with this. It'll just feel like a completion. And now I'm going into a new role of how to serve humanity. So, what power dynamics have played out and how have you navigated them? This period of profound reflection is an opportunity to assess what you have learned and how you have grown over the past 16 years. It's a time to recognize what no longer serves you and prepare for the new chapter. Pluto's transit through Capricorn has taught us about the importance of boundaries, both personal and collective. It's shown us the necessity of balancing power and authority with compassion and understanding. So, from September the 1st to November the 19th, Pluto will be at that 29 degree of Capricorn, intensifying its transformational energy. During this time, we may witness the final breakdown of outdated structures, whether they are political, economic, or social. We may see attempts by those in power to hold on to control, even as the new paradigm is emerging. This could manifest as heightened tensions in global politics, economic upheavals, or significant shifts in societal norms, what's been called norms. On a collective level, Pluto in Capricorn has been breaking down structures related to government, power, authority, transforming them profoundly. This collective lesson is wrapping up. And we're going to focus on what this shift means to you personally, and on a personal level, what Pluto in Capricorn represents and the significant wrap up of power lessons connected to the area of your chart that's been transcending. It's about breaking down barriers in the area of your life that you can break through, the healing, the transformation, the personal power that Pluto has been teaching about. The correct use of personal power is crucial when discussing Pluto. It's not about just being in the driver's seat and wielding power. It's about using power correctly and responsibly. As as Pluto transits different areas of everyone's chart, it brings unique lessons and experiences, and I'll discuss these specifically when I do the all sign section. Oh, and we'll do an energy transmission too. I always do those on these. Okay, so it's not just about external events. On a personal level, Pluto's final passage through Capricorn is an invitation to let go of what no longer serves us, and it's time to release the old belief, habits, and structures that have become limiting. This may involve confronting our own shadow aspects and those parts of ourselves that we prefer to keep hidden, but nonetheless affect our behavior and our relationships. Pluto's transit is not happening in isolation. There's several other astrological energies that are at a play with this on this particular day, especially adding layers of complexity and opportunity to this period of transformation. Okay. Um, Uranus is in Taurus. It's been there for like 7 years or something. Uranus, the planet of radical change, is currently retrograding at 27 degrees of Taurus, forming a trine to Pluto. And this earth energy is strong, suggesting relationships between death and awakening. As Pluto brings an end to outdated structures, Uranus, the great awakener, encourages us to motivate new creative, ideal, and more sustainable ways of being. Neptune in Pisces at the same time. Neptune is in the final degree of Pisces, adding a theme of release and transformation. Neptune's influence encourages us to let go of illusion and embrace our higher spiritual truth. It's a call to deepen our connection with the divine and to find new ways to express our compassion and our creativity. Saturn in Pisces, as Pluto moves back into Capricorn, its ruler Saturn will be retrograde at 16 degrees of Pisces in opposition with the sun in Virgo. This dynamic is about restructuring spiritual boundaries and finding new ways to thrive and to challenge us to integrate our spiritual insights into practical everyday reality. Pallas Athena is in Scorpio, and Pluto will also form an exact sextile with Pallas Athena at 29 degrees of Scorpio. And Pallas Athena is the goddess of strategic wisdom, and it represents our ability to navigate change with intelligence and grace. This aspect suggests that deep strategic thinking and willing to explore the depths of our psyche will be essential as we move through this transition into Pluto's time in Aquarius. So, preparing for Pluto to move into Aquarius on November the 19th, 2024, Pluto will move into Aquarius and it will remain there for the next 20 years. Aquarius is the sign associated with innovation, technology, and social progression. Pluto's transit through Aquarius will be about breaking down old paradigms, building new and more equitable and sustainable ones. It's time for awakening. But the awakening can be messy, and it involves resistance, false prophets, and creation of new communities and systems. As Pluto prepares to leave Capricorn for good, we're being called to release what no longer serves us and to prepare for a new chapter of growth and evolution. This is time to listen to your body and take care of yourself, to be open in changes that are coming. And it's also a time to reflect on what you really need to let go of, what you're ready to let go of in your life, and what deep seated beliefs or structures are you prepared to release? What are the new possibilities that you're ready to embrace? Vision is embrace the transformation. Pluto's final transit through Capricorn is a powerful time for transformation. It's an opportunity to reassess our values and priorities, to let go of outdated structures, beliefs, and to embrace the new ways of being with a more aligned to our true self, our true nature, the well being of the collective. It's time for deep reflection and for ritual work for setting intentions for the future. We have a new moon also in Virgo on that same day. Okay. So and I'm going to do a thing on each one of those and also a thing on Uranus and a thing for the whole week and what the energies are together. As we move into this period of significant change, remember that transformation is not always easy, but necessary for growth. Be open to lessons that Pluto has to offer. Be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. And at this time, embrace the unknown, trust the process of transformation, and prepare for a new chapter that lies ahead. So those key dates to remember are September the 1st, 2nd, depending on where you live. Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn for the very last time in this lifehood. October the 12th, Pluto stations direct at the 2938 in Capricorn, and then on November the 19th, it leaves Capricorn for good for us, and moves into Aquarius. So reflect on your journey since 2008, prepare for new beginnings, and await as Pluto moves into Aquarius. Embrace the power of the transformation and the opportunities for growth, because this significant transit is going to bring that to you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, I'm going to go into each sign, what that is for you personally, and yeah, we're going to move into that. So, right before I do that, if you haven't like, share, do all of those things that you do to make the YouTube monkeys work for me, that would be a lovely thing that you could do. I would really love the support of that. Okay, so we're going to move into all signs and do the energy transmission. I am Kimberly Crow. I am a Western astrologer using whole sign system for this energy analysis. So listen up to all three. Your rising sign, it's what spirit, soul, it all come together to be in this DNA skin suit to arise to the evolution process that you came to do. You have to know um your birth time to know that one. Your sun is what you reflect out into the world and what's reflected back to you. It's the light that you shine. It could be your career in your chart. It could be male authority figures and your father in your chart. Your moon is your emotional IQ. It's how you want to be nurtured. It's how you nurture others. It's how you filter that energy. And it can be your mother in your chart. Okay. Aries. Okay. Aries. Sun, moon, rising. Pluto is returning to your 10th house for the final 2.5 months. How has your career role been in the world or your social status changed since 2008? Chances are many of you have grown and transformed a lot. Experiencing some shadows in your professional life, like bosses acting weird or significant changes in your career. It's an opportunity for you to close the chapter. And if you've been dealing with a long conflict with the boss, this could be the end of this. If you're in a process of transforming your career, this could be the final stage. This period will offer you opportunities to find professional healing, stand on your own 2 feet, and define your career based on what you want, who you are, rather than what others expect of you. Um, so think about this. How has your professional life changed since 2008? So I'm going to give you some journaling prompts that you can do your inner work with this, Aries, to see where you're at so you can clear this stuff off before we move into this next time. So, how has your career or public image transformed since 2008? What power struggles have you faced in your professional life? And how have you navigated through them? What old ambitions or goals no longer serve you, and how can you release them? How have you learned to stand on your own 2 feet and face authority or expectations of others? What legacy do you wish to leave in your career, and what steps can you take to align to this visionaries? Okay, Taurus, Pluto is entering your ninth house for the final hurrah between September the 1st and November the 19th, putting finishes touches on your house of education, travel, writing, legal matters, publishing, and beliefs. How has your life changed in these areas since 2008? Pluto first entered your ninth house in 2008, which would have brought up personal shifts in what you believe your role in the world or important empowerment. It may have encouraged you to study philosophy, astrology, yoga, or some source of change for others, or to write and to teach. These final 2.5 months is your last opportunity to finish the things. It could involve settling into a foreign land, gaining citizenship, or starting a teaching role. So here are your journaling prompts to reflect. How have your beliefs and philosophies in your worldview changed since 2008? What journeys, literal or metaphorical, have transformed your understanding of yourself and the world? Are there any outdated beliefs or philosophies that you need to let go of to grow spiritually? What subjects or areas of studies have empowered you? How can you deepen your knowledge further? How can you use your personal growth and inspire or guide others on their journey, Taurus? Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Pluto is returning to your eighth house, the final 2.5 months. Pluto first entered your eighth house in 2008. And how has your life transformed since then? That is the house of death and shared resources. The period focuses on the shared resources, contractual agreements, and dependencies. What codependency showed up for you? Pluto likely encouraged you to rely more on yourself and may have brought changes in your relationships and your dynamics, calling you to assess which relationships are worthy and worth maintaining. This is your chance to cut cords with situations that don't serve you. You might finish paying off debt, start a new partnership, or receive inheritance. So, here are your journaling prompts to work through this. How has your relationship with shared resources and intimacy and trust evolved since 2008? What fears or taboos have you faced or needed to face to transform your approach to vulnerability and connection? Are there any financial engagements or debts, emotional or material, that you need to resolve? How have you learned to rely more on yourself and less on others? What more can you do in this area? What hidden aspects of yourself have come to light and how do they empower you? Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Taurus is returning to your seventh house for the final 2.5 months. How have your relationships, partnerships, and agreements of life with your partner changed since 2008? Have you likely experienced depth in the relationships, dealt with your own shadow spheres, and possibly obsessive tendencies, jealousy, or insecurity? This final passage of Pluto in Capricorn offers a chance for empowerment and reflection on how much you've grown and changed. It could mean letting go of fears or insecurities about relationships or being alone. So, your journaling prompts or inner reflection prompts are: how have your partnerships and significant relationships transformed since 2008? What patterns of power and control have you noticed in your relationships? How have you worked to change them? Are the fears or insecurities in relationships that you need? What are the fears or insecurities in relationships that you need to release or address? How can you empower yourself to be more authentic and assertive in your connectiveness? What have you learned about love, partnership that has fundamentally changed you, Cancer? Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pluto is returning to your sixth house, offering opportunities to transform your health, examine bad habits, and make necessary adjustments. How have your habits, routines, and health changed since 2008? There may be a little more work to be done. This period may also involve addressing mundane dynamics such as paying bills, cleaning, and tensions with colleagues that need to be resolved. It may also be a time to face professional fears about starting a new business or leaving a comfortable job. These are your inner reflection points. How has your daily routine, health, or work environment transformed since 2008? What bad habits or routines have you let go of? What new empowering habits have you adopted? How have power dynamics at work or with colleagues affected your career? And how have you handled them? What roles does health and wellness play in your daily life, and how can you improve it? How have you learned to be in service to others while maintaining healthy boundaries, Leo? Okay, Virgo. Pluto is returning to your fifth house for the final 2.5 months. It's time to examine shadows surrounding love, pleasure, and children. Since 2008, Pluto has been transforming your fifth house, teaching lessons about creativity, love, and self expression. You may have become a parent, dealt with insecurities, jealousy, or creative stagnation. This is your opportunity to empower yourself and to follow your dreams, have fun, and satisfy your senses. So, these are your inner reflections. How has your relationship with creativity, pleasure, and children transformed since 2008? What creative projects or hobbies have empowered you, and which ones have felt draining or unfulfilling? How have your views on romance, fun, and personal expression evolved? Are there any fears or inhibitions around creativity or self expression that you need to release? How can you bring more joyful and playfulness into your life moving forward? Virgo. Okay, Libra. Pluto is returning to your fourth house for one last hurrah. This period focuses on family dynamics, comfort, security, and home living situations. What needs to be changed? Where are you not claiming your power? Reflect on how far you've come since 2008 and consider what still needs transformation. It may involve literal or metaphoric cleansing, decluttering your home, and addressing lingering fears or limitation. So here are your inner reflection points. How has your home life changed? Family dynamics or sense of security transformed since 2008? What ancestral patterns or family wounds have you faced, and how have they empowered you? How can you create a home environment that truly reflects your authentic self? Are there any unresolved family issues that you need to address or release? How have you learned to nurture yourself emotionally and to create a safe space within? Okay, Libra. Scorpio. Pluto is returning to your third house, focusing on communication, words, siblings, neighbors, and community. Since 2008, Pluto has been mostly in Capricorn, teaching you to speak from passion, to address issues with family, potentially to deal with crisis. This is a chance to say what remains unsaid, address any family sibling matters, and finish any significant writing projects. Pluto could bring rewards such as success in your business or your writing projects that shift your relationships with family. So here are your inner authority questions. How has your communication style or relationships with siblings and neighbors transformed since 2008? What have you learned about the power of words? How can you use them more effectively? Are any old communication habits or patterns that you need to release? How have your thoughts and perceptions about immediate environment changed? What new skills or hobbies have empowered you, and how can you to continue to develop them? Aquarius, Pluto is returning to your second house for its final hurrah. Since 2008, Pluto has been in your second house, teaching you about money, value, and self worth. It's likely to it likely encouraged you to find worth in things beyond money and validation. Its final 2.5 months is an opportunity to reassess what you hold on to and where you seek validation. If you've struggled to find financial success or a good job, this could be time to focus on inner self worth before seeking external validation. It might also be a time to complete long running financial matters. Your inner reflection prompts are: how has relationship with money, possessions, and self worth transformed since 2008? What financial lessons have you learned, and how have they empowered you or challenged you? Are there any outdated beliefs about money or self worth that you need to release? How can you cultivate a sense of abundance and security from within rather than relying on external validation? What new values or priorities have merged for you, and how have they shaped your choices? Capricorn. Pluto is in your first house. It's been in your sign, baby, since 2008. How has that been for you? It's impactful. To the rising sign, especially Capricorn risings. Okay. If you have any degrees 28 to 19, 28 to 29. Capricorn, since 2008, you've likely experienced significant personal transition, possibly involving loss or shadows around self perception. You've learned to rely on yourself and to be your own rock. This is the final passage of Pluto in your sign. It's an opportunity to celebrate your growth and to make final adjustments. It could be a time to redefine yourself and start a new project or present new vision to the world. This is your inner reflections to make it through this. How has your sense of self and personal identity transformed since 2008? What challenges have you faced in asserting your personal power? How have you grown from them? Are there any aspects of your self image or identity that you need to release or transform? How can you step more fully into your power and your authenticity into the coming years? What personal boundaries have you strengthened and how have they impacted your life, Capricorn? Aquarius, Pluto is returning to your 12th house. You've had a taste of what it's like in that first house. Dealing with hidden subconscious patterns. Since 2008, Pluto has been moving through Capricorn, creating situations where you've had to let go and to deal with things outside of your control. You may have discovered interest in spiritual or healing careers or worked on healing past wounds. This final period is about what remains unhealed or that needs to let go. It could also be a time to lean into spirituality, rest, or connect with the healing road. This is your inner reflection. How have your subconscious patterns and hidden fears or spiritual beliefs transformed since 2008? What inner demons or shadows have faced you, and how have they empowered you? Are there any subconscious blocks or fears that you still need to release? How have you learned to surrender, control, and trust the unknown? How can you use your spiritual growth to help others heal and transform, Aquarius? Aquarius, Pluto is Pisces rising. Pluto is returning to your 11th house. It's been there since 2008. You may have faced difficulties in friendships. Realize that social dynamics, which one served you, and dealt with shadows around your dreams or fears of rejections. This is your final chance to find power and honesty in your friendships and assess which relationships are healthy. It might involve addressing power dynamics or pursuing a goal that serves the community. It could also be a time for rewards, either in friendship or realizing a dream. This is your inner reflections to get through all of this. How have your friendships and social networks or dreams of the future transformed since 2008? What power dynamics or challenges have you faced within your social circles and how have they shaped you? Are there any friendships or group associations that you need to release or transform? How can you align your personal goals with your broader vision or community or collective growth? What new dreams or aspirations have emerged for you, and how can you work toward them, Pisces? So take these prompts and use them. They can guide you through a deeper exploring of Pluto's transformation energy, and they can help you gain clarity on what needs to be released and what the new paths are that you're ready to embrace. So, as embracing, let's move into this energy and embrace this energy as we ally. We're going to use Pluto as our ally, okay? Into this energy. So use your breath and drop down into your sacred chamber. You may want to go through the back door of your heart that's right between your shoulder blades and walk straight into that sacred chamber. This is your inner awakened mastery lives. It's the part of you that's always been awakened. It's always been enlightenment. It knows the truth of the mission and who you truly are. So feel the power and the acceptance of that. the transformation that aspect of you is here to stand for all the remembrance of all lifehoods, all timehoods. Breathe in that energy, and we're going to release from the mind matrix that's out there of all of the wouldas and couldas and shouldas and the society norms that have kept us in pigeonholes. So just unplug from that, because we're the ones that plugged into it to survive. So breathe in that energy and drop your energy down through your central column into the heart of Gaia herself. The spirit of earth holds your records for the alignment of your soul purpose, your earth purpose, and your God consciousness into one unified unit, one path of unity to the gift of who you are and the blessing, the celebration of who you truly are. So align to this energy, and we connect to Pluto as our ally to bring the transformation to us, to transmute any energies that no longer serve us, and we ride through this wave with grace and ease. May you be blessed. May you be blessed by the reflection of your own light. Thank you for incarnating, taking a DNA skin suit, being here at this time we call now in this sacred now. May you be blessed. This is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. Like, share, do all those things. So my numbers will do whatever they do, and may you be blessed with the light that you are. And this is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. Like, share, do all those things are, and dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your freaky dance and be your freaky self. And dance your